Bring it on, bring it on.
Ask Media Training Institute, a radio and television practical school. Identity Emma Wana or Pesa Waya Ejuma El radio and television so one or Pesa Oshia camera works, one or Pesa Oshia video editing. Anunti say Wabia Journalism School, another College of Education, Polytechnic in Wabia, another University, Evo Senior High School in Wabia, na Iwaniswadi Hunisa Pesa Waya Juma radio so another TV swap. Ask Media Training Institute and American for Eddie Amawo or hostel at the Ma and the Mema. Anunti file form ne our Royal TV officer ewo Kumase ahoju enhyaye so anase Royal TV officer ewo enkran achibota ene ABC ene di enhwanimu omo oga rural bank na esro hwa ahomatofo so a obetumi afrɛ 0540102366 ana 0560140932. Ask Media Training Institute osi bisa near the bema.
Things in this day, can't you see?
All praise and thanks goes to Almighty Allah for bringing us to today's show. Today is Sunday, the 22nd of October 2017, and it's 1:30 p.m. As we all know in Ghana, we have a lot of fruits, vegetables, and even crops. Some are foreign, others are local. Sometimes you cook, at times you eat them well. Never do you think of it first, nor do you think of it important. I'm here with Miss Mary Osei-Bafro, who is a midwife from Kumasi Health Center. She's here for us to discuss of how to use fruits and vegetables in our society. My name is Kasim, Rafatu, and watching me live on Royal Television. This program is proudly sponsored by Ask Media Training Institute. We are waiting for a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Bring it on, bring it on.
Ask Media Training Institute, a radio and television practical school. Identity Emma Wana or Pesa Waya Ejuma El radio and television so one or Pesa Oshia camera works, one or Pesa Oshia video editing. Anunti say Wabia Journalism School, another College of Education, Polytechnic in Wabia, another University, Evo Senior High School in Wabia, na Iwaniswadi Hunisa Pesa Waya Juma radio so another TV swap. Ask Media Training Institute and American for Eddie Amawo or hostel at the Ma and the Mema. Anunti file form ne our Royal TV officer ewo Kumase ahoju enhyaye so anase Royal TV officer ewo enkran achibota ene ABC ene di enhwanimu omo oga rural bank na esro hwa ahomatofo so a obetumi afrɛ 0540102366 ana 0560140932. Ask Media Training Institute osi bisa near the bema.
Things in this day, can't you see?
Welcome back to lovely viewers. As I said earlier on, Miss Mary Osei-Bafro is here with me in the house today. We'll be discussing a lot about fruits and vegetables. Doctor, you're welcome.
Hello, I am so blessed.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're looking cute.
Thank you.
I like your hairstyle.
Thank you.
That's great. Miss,
Yeah.
ever since we were born, our parents and even our doctors used to advise us like we should eat fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, a lot of them.
What are fruits and vegetables?
Fruits. Okay, let me start with the vegetables.
Okay.
I would say vegetable is an edible part of any plant, okay?
Okay.
Apart from the ovary, not the flowering part, but then the edible part. We can have the stem, the root, or the leaf, okay? So any part of the plant that I've mentioned that we eat is a vegetable. And when we talk about a fruit, it's actually the ovary part of the flowering plant. That is the seed-containing part.
Okay.
That is what we call a fruit.
Alright. So, as you said, are we having types?
Yeah. We have a lot of them.
Difference.
Yeah. Okay, like I said, the main difference is the seed part, okay? That is what differentiates the fruit from the vegetable.
Okay.
And then the fruit are basically gotten from the ovary of a flowering plant.
Okay.
That is, if we say ovary, let me take the human being as an example.
Okay.
If you take a human being, a lady like you have babies, okay, your eggs. And then they hatch every month. That comes out as blood. We don't get pregnant.
Okay.
So when you take a plant, that's ovary. That's sexual part of the plant. If it keeps anything out, okay, that is what we call a fruit. So basically, that is the difference between vegetable and fruit.
Okay. Alright. We now know the differences.
Yeah.
What are types of fruits and vegetables?
Okay, let me start with the fruits. We can have citrus fruits like orange, And I think citrus, they are mainly acidic fruits.
Okay.
And then we can have, in Ghana, we limit ourselves, but there are a whole lot of fruits and vegetables we can explore. We can also have berries, When I talk about berries, we can have strawberries and then raspberries. We can also have melons. We have watermelons, which are very common in our society. And then we also have watermelons. Yeah, so let me end here, because in Ghana, that is where we mostly base ourselves on. And then we can also talk about the tropical fruits like bananas and mangoes. We also have the apples and avocados. And then talking about the vegetables, we can have the root type, like sweet potato, is from the root. And then we can have green leafy vegetables, like our common consumer we have everywhere. And then cauliflower, which is not really common amongst Ghanaians.
So, is there any use? Do they have uses?
Juices?
I don't know what they do in the society.
Yeah, they do. The main reason for fruit and vegetable is for our consumption. Just to eat, to give us energy and to improve upon our health.
What do you gain apart from energy, as you are saying? Apart from energy, what again do you gain when eating fruits and vegetables?
A whole lot. A lot of them. Talking about their nutritional values, they are very, very, very rich in nutrients. When you eat fruit, you can have vitamins. Let me break them down, because when you talk about vitamins, they are very broad. You can have vitamin C. So when you eat fruit and then you get vitamin C out of them, it helps you to, especially when you have wounds, it helps for easy healing of the wound. And then we can also have vitamin A. It helps the eye and then it gives you a very beautiful and glowing skin like you have. I guess you're eating a little fruit. We can also have potassium. We get potassium from fruits. It also helps us to maintain a balanced blood pressure. So not so high or too low. Limits. Yeah. The optimum. Not the limits. Let me put it out. The optimum blood pressure.
Now, let me just come in small. Do you have any industrial use?
Industrial use? In Ghana, they mainly use the fruits and vegetables for soft drinks. You see, some of us, we don't really like to buy the raw fruit, and so they've made it into a very nice form, in the form of liquid, and then they put them in bottles for us. We can always consume them anywhere we can.
The use of fruits, industrial, what are they used for?
The industrial, that's what I said, the main use of fruits and vegetables is for consumption. So whatever industry you find them using fruits and vegetables is mainly for consumption purposes. So maybe they may change it from its raw state and add some preservatives and others to it to improve on the nutritional qualities of it.
So after consumption, what else can it use for?
Well, I actually don't see anything so special or so different apart from its consumption. Do you have any idea?
I don't know, that's what I see.
It's mainly for consumption. It's in vegetables. The main use is for consumption.
So can it use as medicine?
We can have herbs. We can have herbs. But then to talk about fruit and vegetables, if you want to talk about the medicinal aspects, like I said, all those nutrients we get from it helps to improve upon our health. So in actual terms, when you are eating fruits, you are preventing yourself from getting some health-related conditions. So let me say it's a natural remedy for disease.
So this type of our drinks and wherever, can they also be generated from fruits?
The drinks, yes. Most of them. Like we see on the market. Most of them. From the fruits we eat. Most of them.
What are the importance of eating fruits?
Talking about the importance, we just don't eat the fruit. We get something from it. Talking about weight loss, if you really want to lose weight, then you have to include a lot of fruit and vegetables in your diet.
Okay.
And then it also helps you to be regular. And I say it helps you to be regular. It prevents constipation. You're able to free your bowels. You know, when you have constipation for a longer period of time, you can have something we call hemorrhoids. In our local dialect, we call them koko. So if you eat them, it actually prevents constipation, and then it also helps you to lose weight in the right way.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It also helps to prevent a whole lot of diseases. Avocados, for instance, are very rich in potassium, which helps to keep the blood pressure at an optimum.
Okay.
So when you have it, then you're actually preventing yourself from gaining some heart-related conditions.
Okay. All right, Miss. Like, is there any specific time? Do you have a time that fruits and vegetables should be eaten?
Yeah. They should be eaten, especially in the mornings, before you start eating your breakfast. They can even include it in your breakfast, so that you can have adequate absorption of all the nutrients. Because when you eat a whole lot of fruit and then you add the fruit afterwards, they all get mixed up in your stomach, and then you end up you may end up not getting all the nutrients you're supposed to get.
Okay.
So the best thing to do is to eat fruit, especially in the morning, with the exception of citrus fruits, because they are acidic. And already our stomach produces acids. We call it hydrochloric acid. So if you take in citrus fruits that are fruits that are rich in acid, like the oranges and pineapple, they are very rich in acid. So if you take that in the morning, then you are exposing yourself to certain conditions.
Okay.
Yeah, like stomach ulcer. That is what I'm about.
Okay.
But apart from those two, you can eat fruits in the morning.
Okay.
Or before you even take your meals, you take the fruits maybe 5 or 10 minutes after.
Alright. So this stomach ulcer, we're talking, some of it are derived from taking acidic.
Yeah, not mainly acidic, but then it predisposes you. Because the stomach is already producing acid, if you haven't eaten anything at all, and then you take acid, you see that you raise the acidic content of your stomach.
Okay.
So you predispose yourself to it.
Alright, I'll count to you, sir. Okay, lovely viewers, our conversation with Miss Rafatu is still ongoing, and I keep remembering today this program is proudly sponsored by Us Media Training Institute. If it is your dream to become a TV presenter, a radio presenter, video editor, a cameraman and a camerawoman, then you waste no more than to rush to Us Media Training Institute. We have hostel facilities for both boys and girls. You can locate Us Media in 2 branches, one in Kumasi and one in Accra. In Accra, you can locate them at ABC Junction at Chimbota, on top of Garura Bank, and Kumasi at Avonji Insurance around the Royal Television premises. You can contact them on 024 3944 724. 024 3944 724. As media says, Bisa Keke na Yedibeno. Please, as we are about to go for, we were talking about acidic fruits and like, is there any like stomach apart from a ulcer? You said apart from ulcer, any disease we derive from taking acidic fruits?
If we don't actually derive any diseases from taking it, as I said, if you take it the right way, if you know you're going to take acidic fruit, then it means you have to take in something. So that the acid in your stomach will be able to deal with that before you add up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is it only orange that is acidic?
Fruits. I mentioned orange and pineapple. Yes. In our Ghanaian society, those are the 2 main acidic fruits we consume.
Okay. Yeah. It's like, what will happen if I eat fruits, only fruits, without adding anything for 2 weeks? Only fruits, without any behavior. What will happen?
Okay. Actually, it depends. Okay. You have to talk to your doctor before you decide to take in only fruit and vegetables.
Okay.
And then, from the general point of view, if you want to take in only fruit and vegetables, it is not really healthy. Okay. You know, the food we eat are rich in proteins and then carbohydrates and calories. These help us to grow. And And so if you don't take in enough calories and proteins, your organs might not get enough energy to even operate. So if you do that, you're causing yourself more harm than good. So it's not advisable to take in only fruits. If you do that, your organs can't work well because they depend on energy to actually embark on your metabolism. So if you don't take any fruits, if you don't take any heavy meals, you're causing yourself more harm.
So it should be mixed. It should be 50-50 when we say. Alright. So what will happen, is the fruits and vegetables, are they good for a pregnant woman's health?
Very. Very.
How come?
Because a pregnant woman actually carries another life in her. Okay. And then the child in the pregnant woman's belly actually depends on the nutritional status of the pregnant woman to grow. So if you want to have a healthy child with an optimum birth weight, then you have to eat a lot of fruit and vegetables. Because if you eat fruits and vegetables, you help yourself more than you're even helping your child. And so you save yourself the cost from going to the hospital all the time because of certain diseases. And then if you take in fruits and vegetables, you help yourself a lot. There's something we call spinal bifida. It is a neural disorder. If you take in fruit, it contains something we call folate. It helps to prevent this spinal bifida I'm talking about. So you can have a healthy baby without any birth effects.
Yes, like eating raw vegetables. What are the effects? Is there any bad effects or good implications?
It depends. It depends on the kind of vegetable. I'm sure most of us can eat garden eggs just like that. And then most of us can take in carrots just like that without even cooking. So it depends. It depends on your health status and the kind of fruits or vegetable we are talking about. There are certain diseases you need to cook fruit before you eat. Certain fruits you have to even boil them and add a little heat before you consume them because of poor states. There are certain conditions. Apart from that, I don't see anything wrong with consuming uncooked fruit and vegetables. Just that these days in our modern era, we apply a lot of chemicals to our fruit and vegetables because they want to get their money on time. So I'd advise that if you want to take in raw fruit and vegetables, you dip them in water with charcoal. Charcoal has the ability of taking out poisonous chemicals. So you can dip them in for about 20 to 30 minutes. To go.
Alright, so isn't it like some people used to eat tomato fresh?
Yeah.
Is there any bad effects on that?
Tomato can be a fruit and vegetable at the same time. Like I said, when I gave you the differences between them, like I said earlier on, tomato is gotten from the ovary part of the plant. I don't know if you've ever seen the plant of a tomato, from the flowering part, right? So it can be classified as a fruit and at the same time a vegetable. If you planted it in your farm without adding any chemicals, I don't see anything wrong with it. And like I said, there are a lot of chemicals in the system these days. So if you want to eat it raw, I've just got you a free remedy. So you just use it in them and put it in. There's nothing wrong with eating tomatoes just like that.
So what's is fruit and vegetables advisable for people and children under or below 10 years?
Very much. Very, very much. In fact, they need it more than we the adults do. Because you are already grown. So if you are eating fruit and vegetable, then you are actually, if an adult eats fruit and vegetables, then he or she is actually trying to maintain an optimum health. Or with a child or with a kid. He or she is now growing up. He or she needs a lot of energy. So if you give the child a lot of fruit and vegetables, you're actually helping the child. And then if you compare a child who takes in a lot of fruit and vegetables to another child who doesn't take in school, you see that they have higher level of intelligence quotient than those who didn't take in fruit and vegetables. So if you give them that, you're actually helping them, you're improving on their growth status. They wouldn't be sick, they'll have optimum weight, no constipation, a whole lot. And they look so beautiful with a glowing skin, no eye problem, a whole lot. So in fact, they need it more than the adults because you are already grown.
So with you, the adults, do they have like to brighten your skin too? Do they have any good effects on our skin?
Fruit and vegetable.
Yeah.
It does. Like I said, it contains vitamin A.
Okay.
And it gives you a beautiful and healthy skin with no wrinkles like an old woman.
I see. So is that why you're fresh now? Because I can see your cooking. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, like, as I was saying, can they be eaten when you, like, after finishing your meal?
Yeah, after finishing your meal, it would be very appropriate if you could wait for about 30 minutes before consuming them, so that your body will be able to absorb all the nutritional qualities you have in the food. But then if you mix them up, sometimes there are something we call food reaction.
Okay.
Certain foods may inhibit the absorption of the actual nutrients you need from the food. So it will be better if you wait for some few minutes after eating, so that you can actually have every nutrient you are supposed to get from the food. Because some foods may inhibit the absorption of the nutrients from the food.
Alright, yes. So, what do you have to tell the general public, especially me? What do you have your advice for us?
To the general public,
Okay.
if you want to maintain a healthy status, if you want to look healthy, look beautiful, look nice all the time, then I advise you take in a lot of fruit and vegetables. Because the more you do, the more you look nice. We discussed a lot. We know the nutritional qualities. We know how it prevents us from getting certain diseases. So if you want to look healthy all the time, then eat a lot of fruit. Same to you, I see you have a beautiful and glowing body. So just be taking in more fruit and vegetables.
Alright, I see for you to be right. Alright, Miss, thank you very much, and God bless you for having time with us in our show. We wish to have you next time. Okay, lovely viewers. Today I'm here with Miss Osei Bafo Mary. He is a midwife from Kumasi Health Center. And today we discussed a lot about fruits and vegetables. I guess you've learned too. I've also learned my own. My name is Kasim, Rafatu, and today's program was proudly sponsored by As Media Training Institute. As Media says, Bisa Keke na Yedi Dem now. See you soon next week, same time, on Royal Television.
Bring it on, bring it on.
Ask Media Training Institute, a radio and television practical school. Identity Emma Wana or Pesa Waya Ejuma El radio any television so one or Pesa Usia camera works, one or Pesa Usia video editing. Enunti say Wabia Journalism School, another College of Education, Polytechnic in Wabia, another University, Evo Senior High School in Wabia, na Iwaniswa de Hunisa Pesa Waya Juma radio so another TV swap. Ask Media Training Institute and American for Eddie Amawo or hostel at the Ma and Ma and the Mema. Enunti found form ne our Royal TV officer ewo Kumase ahoju enhyaye so anase Royal TV officer ewo enkran achibota ene ABC ene di enhwanimu omo oga rural bank na esro hwa ahomatofo so a obetumi afrɛ 0540102366 ana 0560140932. Ask Media Training Institute osi bisa near the Bema.
Things in this town, can't you see?